Now, he's back. Victorian Premier, Chairman Dan Andrews, returns to the podium tomorrow after 111 long days recuperating from broken ribs and a fractured vertebrae. He'll be calling the shots once again. Won't that be fun? Now, will that mean endless press conferences, that well-worn North Face jacket and the usual spin to deflect scrutiny? Probably. Meanwhile, he'll be facing a barrage of questions over why he and his MPs deserved a pay rise while the state hemorrhages from debt and deficit. Joining us now is Liberal MP Tim Smith. Tim, 111 days off, almost as long as his record lockdown.
Good evening, Chris. Yes, 111 days without Premier Daniel Andrews. He's returning tomorrow. And yes, his first task is to explain why he's got himself a $10,000 pay increase. Victorian businesses are being decimated. The private sector in Victoria has been decimated because of his 4 lockdowns. I mean, Victorian private sector workers have lost literally millions in foregone earnings over the last 18 months. Victorian public sector workers have actually made money over that time. How is it in any way, shape or form defensible for politicians and senior public servants to get a pay rise? It is completely immoral, Chris. I will not be accepting this pay rise. It's disgusting. I will be donating to the Jean Hales Foundation for Women's Health my pay rise because I can't in good conscience take it.
It is so blind and deaf politically. Why shouldn't the Premier come back tomorrow, show leadership and do exactly what you've suggested in doing and saying we're either going to give it to charity or we're going to give it back to taxpayers even better?
Yeah, and he'll say, and Labor's been spinning this rubbish all weekend down here, that, oh, it was an independent tribunal, it's got nothing to do with us. Well, this is complete and utter nonsense. They set up this so-called independent tribunal. They set up this scheme. They knew full well that the reason they set up this artifice was to be able to say when journalists ask questions of them, oh, no, look over there, it's a bunch of ex-bureaucrats that have decided this, not the elected government. Well, that's rubbish. That is absolute rubbish. They set up this scheme, and if he really wanted to, he could stick a bill into the Parliament when Parliament resumes in August and rescind this obscene pay rise.
Now, talking about somewhat obscene, he put together a video in the last couple of days, which was released today, a video that had its own music and had its own story. Now, I don't know whether he was trying to get in first before journalists tomorrow started asking him about what actually happened with his fall, but this is part of the video he released.
And then all I could hear was just this almighty crunch. And that's when I knew that, and when I heard the crunch, I thought this is serious, we're in trouble here. I've never experienced anything like this. I've never really been injured. I've never been admitted to hospital in all my life. I've never broken a bone.
It was it was fascinating going through how he fell and then moving on and saying how he received so many letters from grateful people. I'm sure he got negative letters as well, but we didn't hear that. But there was music in the background, Tim. What a way to prepare for your return.
Mood music. This is, gold medal spin. This is quite, quite seriously. This bloke is a virtuoso spinner. He's a virtuoso media manager. I understand that he's only done two sit-down interviews. One with former ABC broadcaster John Fain, and the other, I believe, with the Herald Sun's health reporter. So I'm hoping tomorrow that the State Media Gallery really do start asking some hard questions of the Premier, because this sort of spin machine with the mood music and the family shots and the like, that may well be fine for the I Stand With Dan crowd on Twitter, but for genuine accountability, there needs to be some serious questions after the Premier tomorrow.
Some would say a better spinner than Shane Warne. I'll leave it there. Tim Smith, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Chris.